Welcome to our Softsquare product demo day. Welcome, everyone. We are going to go ahead and kick off today's demo. Uh, we are so excited to have you here today. I'm Alexander Peter. I'm the Chief Data Scientist for Softsquare. Um, and we're looking forward today to share with you our latest product, Media Manager. And it's a product 5 years in the making. As we build our core philosophy of actionable grid framework, the A-Grid product, we have expanded that, and now we have a Media Manager, and we have taken the A-Grid to the next level using advanced information visualization and exploration and discovery. And that's kind of the main theme of Media Manager, is to derive information from all the files that are being uploaded into the Salesforce system. And that is the core of Media Manager. And it's not only information visualization, it's also for exploration and discovery, for auditing, for cleanup, for following up on PDF attachments across different child objects. So it has a lot more power. And also keeping in context with the record details. So when you look at a file attachment, you don't see the context behind it side by side, and that's something that we have done. Is we have tried to bring in this in context record detail and the preview of the multiple attachments in the same view in a very clean way, and that's the kind of the visual aspect of it. Now, the Media Manager is built from the ground up from the child object so that you can see multiple files in a child object, and then you can kind of drill your way upward. So that's that are some of the benefits of using Media Manager, is to kind of look at it from the bottom up. And you can preview multiple PDFs, images, audio, and video. And that's a very powerful functionality when it comes to looking at enterprise from an information visualization perspective, right? Because if you think about it, when we use our iPhones or when we use our smartphones to record videos or images, the first thing you do when you click photos is you see a thumbnail of all your photos. And then what you can do is you can pinch on it and make it really small, and you can see all the whole year's worth of photos in one screen. And we're doing that for photos already. Now we're bringing that into enterprise and using it inside of Salesforce for invoices and other content And so we're also using some of the latest technologies such as Einstein AI, flows, and other Lightning components. So we have built this intuitive visual user experience. We hope you can see the productivity and the power of Media Manager in today's demo. And our team has spent a lot of time really trying to figure out how to preview thousands of files and kind of have the lazy loading at the same time, sorting these attachments and looking at them in the most productive way. And our seasoned Salesforce certified applications architect, Nixon, who has been constantly working with most of you, for the past 10 years, he is going to go ahead and provide some specific use cases and go through the Media Manager demo. But before that, we have our CEO who's going to kick off the session and kind of give you an overview of how this all started and where we are going. And at the very end, Nixon is going to provide you a roadmap of where we are and where we are going with this Media Manager and what you're going to see in the Media Manager. The beautiful thing about having an application in AppExchange is as we add more features and as we enhance and as the system learns and gets better, you automatically, seamlessly get it installed in your system. That's the beauty of the cloud. Saying that, now to you, Mr. Giri, go ahead.
Okay, thank you, Alex. I would like to start by welcoming each and every one of you to this gathering. Very notably, Murli Thomas, our customer, our very first media manager customer, and also Madan Mohan, who is our AE from our region in India, who has been pummeling us with a lot of SI projects for the last year. So I appreciate both of your presence in this gathering. I did not notice the last few entrants, so in the middle, I'll recognize the other people who are in this call, particularly our customers. I would like to start off with a brief introduction to our company. So basically, we are a gold partner for the last 1.5 years now. We are an ISV partner because we built about 6 to 7 products over the last few years. We also are a PDO partner because we support other companies, other ISVs build products for the AppExchange. So if you look back at our history, we started off in 2008 as a Salesforce partner. Before that, we were doing other things, but we focused on Salesforce since we have been focused since 2008. We've been helping customers realize the full potential of the sales, service, and platform clouds of the Salesforce ecosystem initially. And then about 2011 timeframe, we pivoted into building products for the AppExchange. In 2019, Dreamforce, we were recognized as one of the top 15 PDO partners in a global scale. In 11, we actually did Doc Verify, which is actually e-signing platform. There are at least 25 different e-signing tools that are available on the AppExchange today. But at that time, we built one of the first e-signing platforms ever on the AppExchange, and that's when we started our learning. And then currently, about 60% of our business is as a product development outsourcer, which is called PDO in the Salesforce ecosystem. We have learned to build these products by identifying gaps from our own customers, our SI customers. Then we have tuned them. We have tried to fill some of the technical gaps using some of our key products. Can we move on to the next slide? As you can see in this slide, on the left-hand side, you will see 2 of the precursor products, one of which is the image slider, which is actually precursor to today's focus of attention, which is Media Manager. We actually built both the image slider and the Lightning data table dev on the left side. In October 2016, we released them just a day before Dreamforce of that year. And the last 4 years, both of those products have gained the attention and usage of more than 2,000 customers each. And the other products that we see, as you can see, in the right side, you see A-Grid, which was released April 29 of this year. We have had a few customers already buy that product. We have Media Manager being launched today. We already have 2 customers, and we're going to gain more because our listing just got published today. And then there are 3 other products. In fact, all of our products have been driven from a business side by today's main presenter, Leanas Nixon. So as you can see, the round robin rules is a product which is which helps customers have leads and cases being picked from a round robin queue and forcefully allocated or assigned to a particular user. So we have a few customers for that. We have a case and lead time tracker, which we built about 6 years back. Idle opportunity alert is an alerting engine which alerts when opportunities are stuck. And we have a few customers for that, about 300 of them. So with all this product experiences, why and how we have built this upcoming product. And can we move on to the next slide? This slide highlights some of our clients that we have engaged in the last 4 years with Image Slider. It's close to 5 years now. And Image Slider, from that, we learned a lot of the engineering that is needed to build this kind of a tool. And like we built data table dev and made it into A-Grid, we have built Image Slider 4 years back, and we have made a much more enhanced product, Media Manager, that comes. And I would like to introduce our product strategist, Leanas Nixon, who has been instrumental from a business point of view to drive almost all of our products, actually entirely all of our products, and these 2 products inclusive. And you're going to hear from the horse's mouth. Thank you.
Yeah. Thanks, Andi, and thanks, Alex, and thanks everyone for joining us today. I hope everyone is safe and healthy in this pandemic period. Okay, so let's get started. So about Media Manager, I would like to do few highlights before we get into the deep dive demo. So as you can notice, Media Manager is a highly configurable product, and it is, I would say, 100% configurable and zero code. Uh, we designed Media Manager to have almost the whole simplicity and ease of use. So that means no additional training required for end users to use the product. And it is 100% native. In other words, all your file, data, and package components resides within your org and only within your org. It does not communicate with any other external systems to make this functionalities work. And we respect Salesforce security configuration because it is one of the highly configurable security system ever. So we respect all the data, file, and metadata security configuration. If user does not intend to see a file, then Media Manager won't show that. So we respect all the rules around that. And Media Manager is completely built on Lightning Web Components, and you can use it on any Lightning page. It could be a record detail page or an app builder page, or even in a Lightning community page, you can use it. You can use Media Manager against all standard objects or any custom object. And Media Manager supports files and the classic attachments. So if you are using your Salesforce org for like past 10 years, you have a lot of attachments still in system, not migrated to files at all. Media Manager supports that too. And using Media Manager, you can view attachments of all related child objects. To give some background about it, if you open up your account record, typically what you see the account detail and all related lists to see the data, like all invoices, all cases, all opportunities. But there is no such component exist to see all attachments under all the related opportunities or cases or invoices. Media Manager gives that capability. So without navigating to multiple screen or opening up like 10 or 15 records, you can quickly access any child object attachments on the go. And Media Manager is fully compatible with the web, mobile, and iPad devices. So Media Manager can be categorized into like three big modules: previewer, manager, and file browser. So previewer actually helps to preview the files in a carousel view, and it supports most commonly used file formats like all image types, all video files, audios, PDF, text files. And we leverage Salesforce Previewer to some extent for the unsupported file formats. I will cover that details in the later of the session. And manager is the module which helps to manage your files, like upload the file, download it, delete, or share the file with any user, shatter group, or any other record in the system. And file browser is a relatively new concept. You can search any object in Salesforce, like invoice, but in the result context, you will see the related file attachments. For example, if you want to quickly find all overdue invoices and quickly review its related attachments, file browser is the tool or module to go. Like you can quickly add the related fields and search. It's more like a global search, but gives the result in the related attachment context. So I will demo these functionality in deep dive in a minute. So without further delay, let's switch into our demo org and see everything in action. So let's assume I'm a service agent. I log in into Salesforce every day to work on the cases. Assume all my customers are logging the case ticket with supporting details like images or a short video recording or a support document to look into. So as a rep, if I want to, as a service agent, if I want to review all the files in standard Salesforce related list, what I have to do is I have to go through this attachment list and click view all and see the whole list in place. It's loading, just give me 1 second. Yep, I have to open this standard attachment view, and then I have to click on each and every file here, close it and open it. It is time consuming, and we navigate to different screen to access all these things. But by having the media manager, the benefit is like we see the files on the detail page load itself. That is powerful. And if you want to go through all the files, no need to close, open, close, open. Now, you just click the carousel and you see the next file. And you can also notice the context aware, the file context aware controls in the bottom. For example, if you're looking into a JPEG or GIF, you have the image controls like zoom in and zoom out or reset, or you can tilt the image also. If you're getting into an audio file, you have the playback control and audio controls. This is super helpful. And even you can play videos if any case file has a related video attachment, and you can browse through different timestamp, and you can also control the audio. And if you have a text file, you can also review them quickly. So typically you have to download it, or you have to use the Salesforce Previewer to do that. And this is not about it. You can also preview the PDF, and all browser-based PDF control is also available out of the box. So Media Manager does not support certain preview files out of the box. For that, we are leveraging Salesforce file previews. For example, if you are viewing your docs file, and if there is no standard preview available, you can quickly click view link, and you can access the standard preview screen on the go. So technically, without leaving this particular component, you should be able to access all your attachments and files in one place. And you can also notice we have few controls on top. You can always switch between the previewer mode or the slider mode and the child view. So this is the thumbnail kind of view Alex was referring earlier. And you can also switch to a list view, which is look like the standard list view, but you can see a lot more information. Like on hover, you will see an image preview. You see more details on this hover. So just to do a recap, we have 3 basic views in the viewer and manager part: slider view, child view, and list view. And you can also notice we have a lot of file management controls here, like upload, download, share, and delete. This is available on all 3 views. And you can also notice a powerful search feature here. So this search is available in list view and child view. So if you have different file types, but you want to see just the image and video, for example, you can select these 2 and click done. The results are reflected immediately. So we filter the related files and show them immediately. And then if you want to even narrow down to say like screen recording, you can quickly type here, we search against the file name and narrow down the results even more for your quick find. And I want to talk about or highlight one more feature in the manager side of it. You can share the files on the go, and this is also available in all 3 views. Let me switch to the slider view so that you can see how this can be like. Let's say I'm reviewing this file, but I want to share this with one another person in the organization. How I can do this? I can quickly share, and here you can find 3 options. I can share a file with any user or any chatter group or any record. So sharing the people is straightforward. You search here and you find the results in the bottom, and you share. If you want to share this against any public group, you can select the public group, chatter group, and you can select the level of access, viewer or collaborator, and you can share it. And if you want to share this against any record, for example, this is in case context, but I want to share this against any opportunity or any account or any invoice or work order. You can select the related object here. Let's say in this case, I want to share it against work order. I can select this, and here I can search for any record on the selected object and share it. So sharing is much more easier here, and you can also verify who you have shared the file with. And if you want to revoke any access or modify the permission, you can do it with one additional click. And one thing you can also notice here is like generating public link for view or download. Let's say you want to share this file with people outside of your organization. It could be a partner, or it could be a customer, or it could be any vendor, but you want to copy this link and send it in an email. You can quickly generate a public link and copy it, and it is ready to send. So file management and file sharing is much more easier in Media Manager. And all the things you have seen in one single object context case in this use case. But what if I want to see all case attachments under my account? We can do that too. So if I navigate to my account detail page, here you can notice in this section, I have added Media Manager to show the attachments from just that particular account. But in addition to that, just by adding the parent object name and the related relationship field name, I should be able to see all my child records attachments here. So one thing you can notice is like these files I'm using on the current case I have showed you, but these slides are coming from the another case record. Likewise, if I want to see all my invoice files under this account, you can also notice this is my standard Salesforce related list. I am having like 6+ invoice records, but below here, I'm able to see all my invoice files in one single component. And I can always set the default list view here. And by clicking this, I can always preview it. And I can always bring this to your full screen mode to preview different files. So this is easy. And in full screen mode, you can switch between different views also. If you have a large list, you can always use this. So this is all about the previewer and manager portion. Let's talk about the next big feature called file browser. As I mentioned, we do search in different contexts. We use the global search, we use a list view, some cases, we use reports to basically search or filter records and see the data in a context. But none of these tools support search against an object, but see the related files in the search result context itself. Media Manager's file browser supports that. Let's take an example. Assume I'm an accounting user. I want to see all my overdue invoices. So I added the Media Manager file browser component in a app builder page or an app page and added invoice object. It's just 2 clicks. After that, here, I can add any field from invoice object. Let's assume in this case, I'm adding status because I want to select the or find the overdue records, right? And I want to add the due date from the invoice. So here I'm selecting submitted because it is not closed, and I'm selecting due date till today. So that means all my today and overdue invoices should be written here. So I hit search. So you can notice earlier it was like 20+ invoices available here, but now I'm seeing only the overdue invoices here. And as you can notice, you can see all available attachments on these overdue invoices. And just by clicking the file name, you should be able to preview the file, and you can continue on the next set of actions. It's loading. Yeah, it's here. It's the same PDF file. So if you want to print or perform any standard PDF actions based on the browser you use, it is all available here. And let's say I found this is useful. I want to reuse this kind of search every time. but it is always pain to add these fields multiple times, right? It is consuming more time. So Media Manager has a solution for that too. You can quickly create a configuration in Media Manager configuration screen and use it so that you will have the default set of fields available and you can add more fields on the go. Let's take this invoice configuration I have created for this demo purpose. All I do is like click the new button and select the object, give the name for this configuration and select all needed fields. And one thing you notice here is I can add the fields from the related parent object too. So it is not about just the invoice fields. If you want to filter the invoices based on the related accounts type or whether the account is active, inactive, anything like that, you can do that too. So let me go back to file browser and switch the context from the object configuration to the media manager configuration. So I just pulled up the Lightning App Builder page. It is loading. Just give me 1 second. Okay, here we go. So here we have that file browser component. And here, instead of selecting the object name, what I'm going to do is I'm going to give the configuration name. And that's it. If I go back to my file browser, all the fields I have configured in the Media Manager configuration screen will be available here. All right, here we go. So you can notice invoice name, account, billing contact, status, invoice date, due date, and this is the field coming from the account object, right? So if I want to redo the same search like I did earlier, I select submitted, I select due date equals today and search, I'm getting the same result. So again, this is not limited to invoice or work order or opportunity object. You can build this for any object, means all standard objects or any custom object, and you have flexibility to control which fields you want to display here. We are adding more features to file browser, like bringing more intuitive features like save this filter criteria value kind of thing. But those things are in our roadmap, which we will be releasing in upcoming releases. And I have one more interesting use case here. Like I have added file browser for one more object called the work order. Assume I want to see all service images related to work order, but I want to see only the items which are in warranty and the work order status is closed or no fix, because I want to know, like, okay, those service tickets are happening, by why it is failing. It is more like a visual decision making tool, or you do the intelligence analysis here and take decision from here. Like, let's try that. So I searched with 2 criteria, like status is closed, and I want to add one more thing, make sure the service type is a repair, and search, and I narrow down the result, and I see, okay, this one has a lot of attachments. Again, this is in list view, but these are images, so I want to see them in a child view. I can quickly switch the view here and see the results. So this is more powerful, and you can also perform a limited action for now, like you can download the image, or you can manage the share, or you can delete. But we are working on adding more features like enable flows in this view, so that as a QC engineer, you do the quality control audit here and perform certain actions on the go without leaving this page. So that is something in our roadmap. So this is all about the file browser for now. And if you have any interesting features or use case to work with us, please let us know. We are really happy to collaborate and improve the product and serve the Salesforce community. Okay, let me switch back to the presentation. And you can also notice I'm using Media Manager for running today's presentation. So cool. So Just to highlight the supported file formats in Previewer. On images, we are supporting almost all the file formats. For video, we are supporting NMovie, MP4, MPG, and MPEG. And for audio, we are supporting 3 file formats. For docs, we are supporting PDF and text out of the box. And we are leveraging Salesforce File Previewer for docs and PPT and XLX. And if you have a log file, we are supporting them out of the box. Other file formats like zip file, those things, Salesforce also does not support the preview functionality. So you have to download the file to your local machine and extract and view. But we found, or we learned, these are the most commonly used file formats. So we are working tirelessly to support this and adding any common file formats which needs to be supported. Cool. I think, Andi, over to you. Andi, you are on mute.
Great, thank you, Nixon. Yeah, that's as you can see, some of the benefits of sharing private cloud, having that private link was a very common request from our customers. So now that's in the system. And also, if you look at some of the features that you've seen through file sharing, and how the maximum number of objects you can see besides a record is the child attachments, the number of PDFs, the number of images. So over time, your org instance is going to have thousands and thousands of images. And at some point, you want to analyze those images, audit those images, delete them, manage them. So having a tool like this to quickly do that, and having the power of Einstein AI to look for similar images and auto tagging them, and having all these benefits that you're going to see in the, as you look at the roadmap, it's going to be more and more powerful for you to manage the most atomic piece of data that is not processable, which is file, objects, attachments. So having this architecture, having this nice 3 separate functionality that you can kind of separate out in 3 different roles, such as the previewer, the manager, and the file browser, really helps you manage your attachments in a more visual way. Now back to Mr. Andi. Go ahead.
Okay, thanks again, Alex. I would like to recognize the presence of David Turcano from Salesforce. He's a success architect from Salesforce. Welcome, David. I also, at the moment, I think this is the most appropriate time to hear from our first customer, Merle Thomas from SMA Technologies. She's a customer success director and Salesforce SME at this customer. She has helped shape our product in many ways for the last 3 months, and we've listened to her enhance the product to her liking, particularly on the knowledge base, articles, and a few other things, which I think she's going to elaborate to us in the next few minutes. Off to you, Merle. Very, very, very appreciating of your presence today.
Well, thank you, Andi, and thank you, Nixon, for a great demo. I just want to say thank you and say hi to the entire Softsquare team. This product has enabled us to manage our files, so to key in on the name of the product itself. And I don't think, Nixon, I think you missed a big part of why I like Media Manager, is because everything that he showed on the screen is something that we can configure for the end users. It is up to us to determine what files a person can see and promote the visibility of files based on the customer that is going to be viewing that record. So I'm able to show just video files to our customers and then show all of the files to our support agents, which is a huge, huge, huge. When you think about the amount of data that we are capturing, it is great that we can now take that data and make it intelligent for the customer or the end user that you are targeting it for. So we can also say, I only want to see PDF files. I only want to see video files. I only want to show and not give the capability to upload or even download certain files. So you have, on top of all of the file types, you also have, I come back to the word management, you can control access, you can control access to visibility, access to download, access to share. You can select to give all of those functionalities or not give those functionalities depending on the audience that you're building your solution for. So we have used Media Manager, not just for our support agents, but also for our customers through our Lightning community that we just rolled out this last week. And with that, so we can now show for cases, we can show all of the files that are associated to a case for our customers. And the only option we've allowed them to have is download. That's all they can do. And then for our knowledge base articles, we have shown video files, and those are the only files they can see. And we can also design it in a way with Media Manager. We can design a window that is inviting to the user. So something I don't know if that was shown in the demo either. You can also create and resize the window to be the most for visibility sake and the usability of that object that you are sending out to your customers. You can say, I want the video to be a third of the screen. Now you can resize that box to be that big so that the user's attention is immediately drawn to that. You can prevent users from downloading that as well and uploading at that site as well for knowledge base articles. So I just want to say the team has been great in working with me, taking on every single feedback that I had. I don't know if Melvin is on the call here, but he's had more than enough calls and emails from me for this. So I just want to say a thank you to the entire team, Andi, Nixon, everyone, Geraldine, everybody who has worked with us in promoting, in giving us what we needed to roll this out. We are using the latest release of Media Manager as of today. We're using it for both cases as well as for knowledge base articles, both internally and externally to our customers in our Lightning community. And given what I just saw in our demo, I think I'm going to have another call with Andi to talk about the file browser aspect of Media Manager. So thank you so much for this opportunity. It's a great product and wish you guys all of the best.
Thank you, Marilyn.
Yeah.
That was Marilyn. Thank you. It is a great testament to the level of work the team has put together. As you know, picking up the phone and calling one of this Softsquare engineers and getting stuff done the next hour, that is what we strive for. We strive for really being very customer focused, and also if you've noticed, most of Softsquare employees have been with the company for over a decade. You know, the commitment that Mr. Andi has made to the organization is we put people first. And we were, right before this demo, we were joking, oh yes, we have a zero code, no code solution for our customers, but it is 100% code for our developers. So it is, it can be a very visually no code, very simple, 100% customizable solution for our clients and customers. But when it comes to the back end, that requires a lot of coding. So thank you for your acknowledgement. And also, we would like to just kind of open up. It's an evolution. There is no product that starts and ends. It is a continuation. When you're in the cloud, it is it's a continuous development. It's a constant change, and you need a cloud vendor who can constantly change and adapt to your need. And as more and more clients have more and more suggestions, the product gets better and better, and you get the best out of it in that pool. So this is, I think, the future of software, and I'm very excited to see the evolution and how much we're going to leverage Einstein AI and try to read the content inside the file. Try to look for pixel comparisons to pick the most similar ones. And there is so much in the roadmap, and that's what we're going to take a look at next is the roadmap, and then we will open up for Q&A. Thank you. Go ahead.
Thanks, Alex. So thanks, Malik. Thanks for highlighting a few things in the configuration, the Abel thing. So I want to bring that briefly to show the people. Like this is what Malik was mentioning about. Like here you can control like the height of the widget, and you can select like would you like to show the files or attachments or both. And if you want to display like videos only, you can select the file type as video so that it will show only the video files. So, and the default view, the enabling or disabling any view type is also available here. And you can control the display order, background color, and this is the control she has mentioned about, like if you are using it in a community context, you don't want to give all the controls. You want to give like upload and maybe that's it, right? You don't want to give permission to delete or share or any other control. So it is 100% configurable. And again, the look and feel and the information you want to show here is on your hand. As a power user or as an admin, you can manage them easily. So thanks again for bringing that point to highlight. Cool. So regarding the roadmap, as I mentioned earlier, we are working a lot of improvements on file manager and file browser. Especially on file browser, we are working hard to add more saved filter and bringing more actionable thing over there. But these are some of the few high-level R&D things we are spending most of our time. So we are planning to build this feature in next few months. The first thing is about bringing the ability to connect with the external file storage systems. Again, Salesforce has the Files Connect. Leveraging that, if you can embed the information into Media Manager, that is going to be a killer feature. So that is something we are spending time on. And we always love to bring a lot of AI capabilities into our product. So since Einstein Vision is there, classification, object detection, OCR, kind of Einstein Vision features will be really helpful for organizations who is doing any QC or copy the value from the image and update it into the record, or classify the image and make sure the correct image is uploaded here, or object detection to ensure those things. So those capabilities is something in our roadmap discussion. And tagging, file tagging for better file organization and management. And lastly, but my favorite feature on this roadmap is like supporting lightning flows, because that gives or open up a lot of interesting use cases. Like it could be a visual flow, or it could be an auto launch flow. Like think about use cases like reviewing your file and invoke your flow and create a follow-up task with an internal fork or external member, or update the related account, say, or work order record, say, this image is incorrect or this is correct, like that. So we are trying to convert this visual tool into an actionable tool, because that is the thing we learned from our customers in past few years. Like they don't want to just see the information, they want to perform actions on the place they are viewing it. So no need to jump here and there. So that's our primary motto, and that is what we are trying to achieve. And if you have any interesting roadmap thing, please bring to us. We are really excited and happy to discuss and see how that can fit into Media Manager and bring back to the Salesforce community. Cool. Over to you, Andy, to talk about the great team behind the product.
Sure. Now is the time to recognize our people who have contributed to this product since March of 2020. We had both A-Grid and this product Media Manager together with parallel teams. And the first person on the left, Geraldine Vijay, who has led our product management. She has interacted with the business, has been involved in DevOps and driving the product from a higher level. And of course, next comes Melvin, who Merrily recognized. He is one of our strongest critical thinkers who has contributed to the success of this product from a product leadership point of view. The two other gentlemen, Praveen and Yashwant, they deal with product development. They've been dealing with the product development for the last 5-6 years in their capacity as product development outsourcer. So they bring their variety of experience into this product in an advisory role. And of course, the lady with in yellow, who's our primary developer and senior developer on this project, much of his sweat and blood is in this product. We of course have Leanas Nixon, who just delivered the demo, and our product strategist across all of our products. We have Purnima, who actually drives both our sales and support from all angles on both of our primary products today, which are A-Grid and Media Manager. We have Ranjita, our first developer and remains to be a developer on the team, on the Media Manager team, a very driven person. We have Hari Vignesh, our developer, who joined us recently. We have G. Vignesh, who is a 24/7 ambassador for the company. He does any role that we allow him to take. He pushes for opportunities and seeks them very, very voluntarily, one of our best and brightest advanced administrators in our team. And finally, we have Radhakrishnan, who is our QA and UAT person who is growing along with this product in that role. Thank you, all of you, for your time today. After you, Alex.
Thank you, Mr. Giri, and and thank you for you, Mr. Giri. Often the leaders don't get the recognition they deserve, but the sweat and blood that you put together during this pandemic and managing the team and releasing all these products, that is a challenge to have all these products released in such a coordinated way during this tough times. And thanks for everything that you do for everyone. We are very appreciative. And to our customers and clients, thank you so much. Now what we want to do is we want you to be engaged with Softsquare. We want you to build the software with us. As you know, the image slider is still free. You can download from AppExchange and you can still use it. And then the same thing with the A-Grid. All our products, we have a free version so that you can use it and still have that feel for it. And then when you need more advanced, then you can go into the new products, which is the A-Grid and the Media Manager. So our commitment to free is still there, and we still want to keep putting more free products out there in AppExchange. So we want you to come up with some ideas that you like and you want changed, and then we will start incorporating it and putting it in there in our free version and at the same time in our paid version. Unfortunately, we do have to have a paid version because there is so much development, and then the teams have to work on it and fix it and clean it. There's maintenance and others involved, but Mr. Andi's commitment to keeping products free and cloud-based, and the whole team, they want an intuitive interface. They want an interface where information and action is in the same place, and you can just get in, look at Salesforce at a glance, do your thing, and come out of Salesforce. We don't want you to be in there longer than you have to be, and we're trying to reduce the number of screens, number of clicks, and improve the efficiency of the system. Eventually, we would probably have one button, like an automated button, just says, optimize all my files to see if there's any duplicates, and then just remove the duplicates and just have the central one file. And that would save so much time in duplicate files and multiple images of the same part, 20 files of the same part from different angles, and how do we make sure that we pick only the right one? So these are all things that with Media Manager, with the previewer, you can look at them and then quickly check and delete, and then you just have one file. So those are some of the the practical use cases. Saying that, we're going to open up for Q&A, and Purnima is going to send an email with the link to the new Media Manager, and also give you some time slots so you can talk to our engineers if you're running into installation problems, so that there is some type of a time that you can reach. One of the things Mr. Andi told me was, Alex, I'm tired of the bots and the communication where our clients can't reach us directly. So we want to make sure that our clients can actually talk to a live engineer who can actually make a change in the code, deploy it, and I want to see if I can do that in less than 24 hours. So he wants to bring that down to 2 hours. But sometimes it takes a lot longer to fix certain things. But that's what we want to strive. We want to strive to be a products company. At the same time, we want to have that service core DNA of Softsquare. Mr. Andi Giri, thank you for being there, doing this for over 10 years, and trying to, the reputation comes with time, right? And it's just over a decade that you've been doing this and serving your customers with such efficiency. So I'm very glad you put that the customer can reach an actual engineer and get the problem solved. With the cloud applications, that's huge. So saying that, we're going to open up for Q&A, comments, suggestions. What do you think may be complex, challenging? Any kind of suggestions, you can do it now, or we can have Purnima follow up with you offline. Thank you for joining us today. And this concludes our webinar.